Lead yourself first. The leadership secrets coaches overlook. Welcome to Huddle Up. I'm your host, Duane Gibbs. Alongside of me, as always, my partner, Mark Bruce, the Hall of Famer, where we come to you every Wednesday and Friday with a quick, mindful thought. With that being said, let's huddle up.
Good afternoon, my friend.
What's happening?
Great to see you. Great to be here. We got a fantastic topic today.
Yes, yes, yes. So, the introduction of this would be, a lot of people think leadership is about inspiring others, motivating others, and pushing others. But the truth is this. Leadership doesn't start out that way. It starts with you. And if you're not leading yourself well, having the proper mindset and looking for a meaningful change within yourself, can't lead others.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Absolutely not. This is a topic we could probably spend 5 days on as
no
opposed to
question.
5 minutes. But you know, you are the number one person that you've got to lead every day. And leading yourself, what's that mean? I mean, that means you've got to set your goal. You've
Hmm.
got to You've got to do everything that you want your staff, your employees, the team that you're leading. You've got to do everything that you want them to do only for yourself. You've got to set your priorities. You've got to make your list of what you need to do. You need to show up and do it. And leading yourself is it's so important. It's it's just so important.
No question. Self-leadership isn't about perfection. You don't need to be perfect, but it's about alignment. It's about clarity. It's about values. It's about making daily decisions that align you with the highest outcome. It's good habits. It's discipline. It's consistently thinking about how you could change and how you can take action. It becomes the type of person who you're trying to handle and level up and get into the next phase.
So you've worked for good leaders and bad leaders, I'm assuming. Can
No
can you
question.
can, how how did the good leaders, I mean, how did you see them?
I think good leaders really led by example. They had a framework and they could clearly talk about what that framework looked like. The bad leaders just gave information.
That
There
was
was there wasn't clarity, there wasn't direction. Um, I totally believe that in all the way across the board, whether it be relationship, whether it be in business, whether it be in coaching, you have to be able to listen. And if you don't listen, and if you've never been in the trenches, you can't be a good coach.
Yeah, that was the exact answer I would have had if you'd asked me the same question. They lead by example.
Absolutely.
And by example, they lead themselves first
Hmm.
and they do what they want their team to do.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah. So um there's three ways on how you can shift your your self-leadership. One is to define your non-negotiables, set your values, create your habits. They're the things that you have to define and you can't be flexible with. Your values, your habits, and your standards, they have to all be firm. The second thing is you got to build a routine because the routine is what helps support all of those habits and those standards and those values. And then you've got to monitor yourself. And here's where a team comes in. I've needed a team to help me with this one because, I've been in masterminds and they've asked me a question and I've said, well, I think I'm going to try this. I'm like, I'm sorry, did you say you were going to do this?
Yeah, yeah.
So, that's where a coach or a team just really kind of helps you monitor your thinking. You're going to need to monitor your team's thinking, but they have them help you too.
Yeah. Inside Huddle for Success, our 12-month journey that we take you through, we actually walk you through this. So we rebuild your internal leadership system from the ground up with your habits, with good results, and with changing the identity that matches all the way through. And so that's very important. Something that people have asked us, what's that look like? That's our 12-month journey for you. With that being said, hey, listen, we appreciate you, the listener. Tune in next week. We come to you, like I said, every Wednesday and Friday with a quick mindful thought. If you don't know, we have a podcast that we do every single Monday. Go to huddleforsuccess.com, get your playbook for life. Also, you can go to Amazon. Yay, our book is now out on paperback, so you can go purchase that, the hard copy if you like. With that being said, stay huddled up.